Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host James Mason, where our goal is to bring you ideas and insights to your daily trading activities every day. Good morning, James. How are you?
Good morning, Todd. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Had a nice weekend. And you?
You just want to smack your lips into the microphone?
Is that my shirt? I swear, you go, man. How can I mess with Todd today? Could be the perfect.
All right.
Could be the perfect. Anyway. They could take my crap and like be here every morning and help us grow the business. And I can kick him and he'll deal with it.
Yep.
No, glad to be here. So, couple buyouts on the radar this morning.
Yeah, we had, what was it? ADMS. Yeah, ADMS and FLXN.
Yeah. And at prices that I'd like to see a certain ticker I'm involved in at a buyout, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Be nice.
For sure. I'll look into those later, but I mean, I kind of want to read the details on those, but not that it matters now. I mean, it's
right,
already done deal. But yeah, other than that, man, slow pre-market for a Monday morning. Very slow. So let's see. Hold on. We have some news popping up in NAOV. Let's see what we got. Okay, so I just see a headline for ticker NAOV. Just says that they, announce positive results from independent something. I can't see the rest of the headline, but it really doesn't sound too significant. But I mean, heck, NAOV is already. Let's see.
It's a $2 stock. It's up 10% right now.
Yeah, hold on, let me share my screen really quickly. All right. Let me just turn all this craziness off. All right. Okay, so ticker NAOV. I mean, we've already had this run back here. This is actually the ticker that one of our members pissed me off on when I made that alert and they decided to dump it all after hours or go in heavy after hours, and it caused extreme FOMO in the market and then caused this thing to rip up. And then the following morning they did release that. It was really just mediocre news. I don't even know why everybody tried to run with it, but people will run with FOMO and say crazy stuff just to get it to go higher. But anyways, yeah, NAOV, we do have this slight little pop pre-market. I mean, it's not much. We're just currently right here. This is where it closed out on Friday at $1.70. Pre-market, we're currently up at $1.87. Again, guys, while this might push up, I mean, we really don't know how much it will push up overall. But remember this setup right here. If you take anything away from today's video, or anytime you've ever have watched any of my videos or listened to anything that I said, this setup right here, let me show you how to play this setup. If you're a bear, this is a setup for you. If you're a bull and you're in a stock that has a setup like this, pay attention. This is your last chance out. So when you have a downtrend like this, These are all bag holders. It sucks. I've been there. So when there's news that is released and the ticker pops up or gaps up on the daily chart, like how many times have we looked at something and it have a downtrend and then it gaps up? And I'll always say, yeah, that's more likely gonna print a big red candle. It's not that I'm super smart. It's just I know this setup. This is the setup that I look for when I short. And it's probably pretty much the setup that most people look for when they short penny stocks. But you have a downtrend like this, all bag holders. You have positive news. Positive news brings in new future bag holders. And unless if it's like really great, but that's what causes the gap up on the daily chart. So you'll see the gap up on the daily chart. Well, all these people, they're begging to get out. All these people up here, they're like, hey, you know what? I'm okay with getting back half of my losses. I'm selling this crap. All these people down here, they're like, hey, I got pretty good profit. I'm taking this. I'm getting out of here. And that's why when you see these gap ups on the daily chart for penny stocks, they print a nice red candle going down. And that's just the way it is. So this setup right here, again, remember, when you have this long downtrend and then you have a gap up on a daily chart, more than likely that daily candle is going to print red coming down because everybody's trying to get out. Anything to add to that, Todd? I mean, it's pretty simple if you ask me.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a low price stock. So if you're scalping it or shorting it, you're shorting it for pennies. There's not a chance to make a big move there. So that's my
Yeah, so like when I say like when I'm shorting, I ain't shorting a dollar stock. I just, it blows my mind when people, if it has a stinking 1 in front of it or even a 2 or even really a 3, I usually don't waste my time. I like to short stuff usually over $5, so $5 to $7. And if it has a percentage gain, like a pre-market percentage gain on it, that's pretty significant. That's my ideal setup. But nonetheless, there are a lot of people who will short these literally $1 stocks. I mean, heck, we get it all the time in the big P. People come in and they're trying to short for 5 cents, and you have to have 300,000 shares to just make some petty chump change. I don't understand it, but anyways, the setup is what matters, not the PPS value right here. The setup is what matters. That's what I'm trying to show y'all. When you see that long downtrend and then, pre-market news, whether it's FDA news or something, whatever makes it gap up with a trend like that, more likely it's going to come back down. Everybody's trying to get out, cut losses. That's just the way it is. So remember this setup. So important. All right. Man, there's seriously like nothing pre-market still. So let's talk about the overall market. So currently Dow futures are up 26 points. S&P 500 futures are down 4.5 points. Let me throw Bollinger Band lines up. So I have the S&P 500 up on my chart right now. This is the daily chart. If y'all remember when I was talking about this last week, this area right in here, in my opinion, I call this no man's land. This is literally a coin toss away from being right or being wrong. If you know how to read charts, and if obviously you can see what I'm looking at right here, it's right at that, literally that threshold of, is it going to be bullish or is it going to be bearish? And you just can't, you just can't, you just won't know until it actually happens. There's no direction in this thing yet. Now, obviously we had direction here, but with this little bounce, we don't know if this thing is going to rip up or if it's going to come rolling back down. Now, for me, overall, I'm still bearish on the market, but I need to see this thing break down. If this thing breaks up, once it breaks above, this number up here, then obviously it's going to be considered a bounce, and it'll probably just keep rolling on the way it always has been. But the reason why I view the market overall just bearish is due to just so many macro events, so many things going on with the government, unemployment rates, just so much stuff if you've even looked at the news over the last month or two. So overall market direction, it's just in that weird little range right here. And me personally, this is not a setup that I would like to swing trade in. If I was gonna, especially with trading options, this is, if you try to swing trade options, I mean, if you get it right, you get it right. Cool. But there's literally a 50% chance that you're going to get it wrong. And like I said last week, even though there's a 50% chance that you're going to get it wrong, it always seems like in the end, like if you try to jump into a trade like this, only about 5% of the time you'll actually get it right. Even though truthfully the odds are 50%. Like, how many times you guys jumped into a trade or jumped into multiple trades over time, and if you look back on them, you're like, man, how's my direction wrong almost on all of them? That's just the way it works. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, statistically, 50% chance of it obviously going in either direction. I mean, I know that sounds stupid, but just to kind of highlight my point here. But it does seem like if you would jump in right now, it's going to just do the opposite. And that's just what the stock market is. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. Human psychology.
Human psychology. Same thing with sports betting.
Mm-hmm.
The game looks too easy, so everyone hammers the Kansas City Chiefs last night, and they got their butt handed to them last night.
Yeah,
that's human psychology is if you can master that, you can master anything, but it plays a negative.
So I don't want to get on sports, but I do want to say something. Alabama lost. Anyways, all right. Anyways, so man,
that's because one of our partners is a huge Bama fan.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Golly.
Anyways, he knew that was coming. The commentary from us.
Yeah, and y'all can talk crap to me all you want about. Yeah, y'all can talk crap to me all you want about Clemson. They're horrible this year. I know it. But guess what? Alabama lost. I don't care. Clemson could lose every game this year. But because Alabama lost last night, yesterday, whatever, hey, that's a winning season in my book. All right. So back to the charts. All right. Oh, thank you, Ryan Stahl, for the tip. Thank you, Johnny, for the tip. All right. So yeah, back to just the overall market direction. Like I was saying, for me, this is no man's land. We need to see this thing roll back over on the daily chart. The momentum is to the downside, but again, guys, we won't know until we know. Anything right now is just guessing. So we still need to hold off on those swing trades. I know everybody likes to think, but if I get in now, I get the better price. And if this thing drops, my puts will go up. The thing is, we don't know what the market is going to do until it starts to do it. So that's what I have for the overall market. Let me see what we... All right, still really nothing pre-market here.
James, there's been a couple of questions in the comments about ticker POAI, that there's a board meeting today. And I can't find the news myself. I was doing a little looking for it. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know anything about a board meeting.
Right.
I mean, Where did everybody get that information from? Unless if this information just like was announced. Hell, like when would they have even announced it? That's the thing.
They'd have to announce it.
Oh, board meeting tomorrow?
Well, today's the 11th.
Who said that about a board meeting?
Ryan Stahl.
All right, everybody. If Ryan Stahl's wrong, vote him off the island.
Exactly.
All right.
No, but the answer to the question, could there be news at the board meeting? Yes, there could be news at the board meeting.
Yeah. So if there is a board meeting and if there is news at the board meeting, that they're not going to say nothing because they're all insiders. They won't release any information until everything is official. And then we'll get it in a PR. So don't email them, guys. Don't email them. Please don't. You guys don't understand, like the people who keep on emailing them. You're slowing stuff down.
Yeah.
So,
all right, we're about 5 minutes from the start of the market.
Yeah. Watch out for the market today, guys. Like, it's going to be pretty tough, especially, yeah, it's going to be tough day trading unless if we get some serious direction. Now, if you're scalping, you'll be able to pick it off rather quickly. But other than that, direction is horrible at this point. So, yeah, that's all I have for today. Curtis James, thank you for the tip. Johnny, thank you for the additional $2, even though that won't help Alabama out.
Which is really a surprise because doesn't Alabama pay their players a lot?
Well, they're bell money for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. So, all right, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in today. The bell is about ready to ring. Let's see what we can get in the market and see if we can't get better news tomorrow morning. So, thank you guys for tuning in today. Trade safe, trade smart, and watch out for the chop today.
Have a good day, everyone.